Okay, you can hear me over here on your computer and stuff. Oh
Yeah, if you
man,
don't just
this is
open the
getting
damn
ugly.
page.
What is it doing?
I
What's
can
going
hate
on?
when y'all are trying to do something and then the computer want to do all this extra stuff. And you be like, just do what I asked you to do instead of being extra. Do you want it to be fancy or plain? Just open it. That's it. That's it. That's what I want. I want you to open it. That's what I want. Right? Y'all ever had that?
Mm, mm, mm. Let me say, keep that shit out of here.
Where did it go though?
Don't be doing too much movement, my boy. Okay, hold on. I'm about to go live. Can you hear me? Can you hear me on over here?
Yeah, I can't hear you because remember I got my sound off.
Yeah, you good. I'm about to go
So I
live.
don't know what you're saying. Hold on for a second. I'm putting this in the chat, okay?
Mm. All right, I'm about to go live in like 2 seconds on Instagram. Three, two, one.
What's up, D?
Okay, what's going on? What's going on? Getting ready to get this going
How you
live
doing?
too early. Yeah. Okay, let me know when you Okay, so you see were you able to get the invite? Okay. Cool, got you. All right,
All
how's it
right.
going?
Going well. How you doing?
Good, good, good. We got everything going on. I think we going good. Hey, we should be rolling. So for everybody who's looking, we going. I am Lever Stevenson, one of the co-hosts of the Concourse Podcast, and today,
And I
good.
and I am the other co-host, Samantha Adams. We are missing. We're down one man. That's Malik. He's out there, gallivanting.
You know what I'm saying? Out living his life that I guess he does, but yeah. So we got a good topic today. You know what I'm saying? A real interesting one. One in which we definitely wanted to share with everybody. It's been talked about a lot here recently. So, look
Hmm.
forward to yeah.
So diving into that thing, what just happened? I think you forgot to go live on YouTube. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know why it ended. That's crazy. It just ended on YouTube. We having issues today, boy.
Are you
Oh
live?
my.
Okay. Let me see here. I'm trying to bring her back in here while we going.
What happened? What happened? E.
Try to join back on Instagram.
And are we live? Yeah, we are live. Okay.
All right, you guys. Just 1 second here. Want to make sure we get everybody back up and rolling.
Turn that sound off again.
Okay, now I see that.
All right. I don't know what
Okay, we
happened.
good.
The whole thing
Yeah,
just
that was
ended.
super
It's
weird.
weird. Yeah.
Super weird. But
So,
hey, back to the regularly scheduled program. What were you saying now?
so I was saying that I am, we are the co-host, Samantha Adams. Malik. Foster, the third goes out on vacation together. I want to let you guys know that moving in all these different directions. I am like here, guys, tag app. I'm dealing with that right here on Instagram. I'm dealing with that right now. So, and you might see E looking in different directions too because he is also streaming on multiple devices.
two
So,
platforms.
yeah, so because we want to just make sure we get this to you. And without further delay, the name of today's topic is called "What's Beef?" And what we are talking about is rap beef. Yep, talking about rap beef, right? So we are gonna dive into breakdown, disassemble, reassemble, whatever the whole beef with Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick Lamar and company. Because it seems like every time you look up, more people are dropping stuff off, like getting involved, and it all starts all these people. There's all these players, right? But it all starts, I think, with Drake. Like I don't know if he's the one that started it all, but he is the common denominator, right? Everybody got beef and it's with Drake. You don't hear everybody beefing with Cole and everybody beefing with Kendrick. Everybody beefing with Drake. So Drake is on his Drake versus everybody tour.
Hmm.
And so
Yeah. No, this has definitely been an interesting moment. Just for one, just to see like hip hop wake up like this. Like it's been a little while since a lot of people have been interested about it, and quite frankly, like college basketball has been for its own senses. Like a lot of people have been listening to the to female rappers, and it's been saying that they've been holding it down a lot more, but then having catchier hits and just being bigger stars in some senses. So to see hip hop kind of reemerge, not necessarily reemerge, but just back in a more earlier element of, you know what I'm saying, part of being a early rapper, of having that beef element to it, and seeing how artists are responding in today's world. It's been interesting to see so far, and like you said, it's just getting started.
yeah. Oh, well, side note, if anybody here on tag wants to get involved in the conversation, just request the box and we're happy to have you pop in and have a conversation with us. Okay. So let's start off with the history about rap beef, right? Rap in and of itself is a competitive sport. It is a battle of wit. It is a battle of words, and it is a battle of mental gymnastics, right? You have creatives doing their thing. You see what I'm saying? And so, um, typically, the goal of rap beef historically has been to see who's best, right? Rap has been around since 1979. Started off with DJ Cool and DJ Hollywood out in the Bronx. And it has evolved and it has all of these different flavors and influences, ranging from, the blues, jazz, reggae music, you know, and it has evolved into a culture. And so when you talk about rap beef, you see healthy rap beef and you see very unhealthy rap beef. The most unhealthy, obviously, is the unfortunate demise of Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac Shakur because they lost their lives as a result of it. But then you also see healthy rap beef, which has helped to elevate some people's careers, including Drake, right? Because Drake has had his own rap beef, and he's had beef with Meek Mill, he's had beef with Pusha T, and it's helped to elevate his career. One of the other beautiful things about rap beef is iron sharpens iron, right? It makes you make sure that you're on your toes and that you're coming harder and you're doing the things you got to do to be at the top of your game because you could lose your career. Rap beef can end a career. If you go holler at LL Cool J and what's his name?
Oh man.
The
Uh,
fact that we can't remember his name, that's the
no.
exact point.
So you talking about the second round knockout, which was one of the best in my opinion, one of the coldest rap beef songs out. And it's so crazy that you asked that question because I know his name and I'm blanking on it right now. But
I'm seeing his
I
whole
get
face in my head. but I can't
Um,
think of his name. But anyway, that just proves it.
cannabis.
Yes,
Cannabis.
cannabis. Cannabis
Yeah.
and LL. LL dissed him on his own song, right? So, but here we are. So let's kind of break down who these people are. So the thing about rap, what a lot of people don't necessarily notice, um, true hip hop heads do, but a lot of people don't, is that rappers come in classes, right? Like it's almost like a graduating class where you see a group of rappers come in around the same time and then they kind of, it's almost like a generation. Like they're talking about this generation of rappers, but it's really a class. So like if you think about the 90s, right? You'll see that like the Locks or and Jay Z, well not really Jay, yeah, kind of Jay Z, kind of Nas. That's a class of people. Like they came in under a certain class around a certain era. Now this class, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and Drake came in around the same time, around 2010, and they're the class of
Big
2010,
Sean,
right?
you gotta put him in there too.
Big Sean, yeah, we can't forget about Big Sean, and
Big
they,
Crit, that's a lot of
yeah,
people in
all
that
of them,
class. People,
all of them,
but
right? And so they all come in under this class. And so when you look at them, they all have different styles, right? Drake is an entertainer, right? And a lot of people will look at Drake and say, okay, he's a pop artist. Some will consider him a rapper. But, excuse me, J. Cole and Kendrick, they rap. They are lyricists. You have different, genres of rap at this point, but they're lyricists, and they typically can be more conscious, and their wordplay is phenomenal. That's one of the reasons why Kendrick won. Was it like a Pulitzer Prize or something?
absolutely.
Yeah, he won a Pulitzer Prize for his lyrics. You see what I'm saying? He's the first rapper ever to win a freaking Pulitzer Prize for his lyrics, right? Or Cole, like the way that he raps, like they're phenomenal lyricists. But um, Drake isn't really a lyricist to me. Um, it doesn't mean he's a bad rapper. That's just not really his lane. You see what I'm saying? And then also too throughout this rap beef, sorry, I got a phone call. Um,
But
Sorry,
yeah,
my mom keeps calling me, but she knows I'm doing the podcast because she was just
no, you're
here.
good. I'll jump in real fast though, because like you mentioned a lot, but just talking about this beef in particular, I think that it's important because how it's just been kind of starting off, and I know we're gonna go into a history of some of the situations within these artists and how they start to beef him, but just looking at where it's at right now, to the point that Sam's made, one thing that we can say that we have not seen in the rap beef in a while is a person going at maybe five, six artists at one time. You know what I'm saying? He's even throwing in people in there that don't play that rap. You know what I'm saying? Producers, ball players. Like,
Yeah,
when he said he was upset, we did not realize he really meant that. Like, he really be upset because this is crazy to see so many
yeah.
people
The
get shot
first,
at. You know,
yeah, I think the first person we ever seen go at a whole bunch of rappers at one time was 50.
absolutely
Um,
with that how to
50 did,
rock.
yeah, 50. When 50 first came out, before he was signed, he did a mixtape and he had a song called How to Rob, and he named all kinds
I
of
love a
people.
dollar.
No, that's not even true. Um, I mean, that was the first time you've seen it in a competitive sense, right? But Biggie did it with R&B Chick, and Little Kim did it with R&B Bleep.
Mm.
So, at the end of the day, we just gotta. Oh, no, God bless them. So at the
And,
end of the day, you gotta just, kind of just listen, see how things go. So with Drake, let's start off with him. Well, no, Ian, we'll let you pick because I did a whole bunch of research on how this whole beef thing started and how all this is going. So, what you want to talk
yeah.
about?
Oh man. Well, just all of the people that we got that he's in here that's going like recently that's in this beef, right? I guess you could say. We know it's a producer named Metro Boomin. We know his Future. We know it's Kendrick. We know it's Rick Ross. Trying to think if there anyone else that we may have left off on this list that allegedly that he's going at right now. And those are some pretty big people. Like not to mention the fact that again Ross came in and you know what I'm saying, dropped his disc. He's been doing what he's doing as far as leveraging the attention and you know what I mean, kind of feeding it on a little bit more. So I think that's interesting to see too. You know what I mean? Because it's just like I think for Ross, it's like a situation where it's just like, hey, whatever. Like either way it goes, it's all good. I was chilling. I wasn't even on no rap stuff, but I'll come back just to you know what I'm saying to troll because
Yeah,
we seen Ross get into some beefs too with
but it wasn't
50
even really
and
to troll. What's up, Theodore? It wasn't really to troll. Drake called him out. So let's go through the chronology of it all, right? So there's been a whole lot of subs getting thrown around between Drake and Kendrick for years, right? And also too, there's been some other beef that's happened between Drake and Future, despite the fact that they did an album together. And we can dive into that if we need to, but that's kind of how it kind of started. But what really happened was I found out what set Kendrick off. What set Kendrick off was, and it's a line from a song that we've been heard. It was when he said the big three, right? When they said, you got Drake. What did he say? I don't remember how he said it, but he said something along the lines, you got Drake, Kendrick, and me. This is J. Cole's line, the big three, but I feel like Muhammad Ali. So if you think about it, it was lightning outside. If you think about it, what does that mean? You got three people there at the top, but I'm the greatest because Muhammad Ali is the greatest boxer that ever to fight. So what he did was it was like kind of like an underhanded compliment, and I think that's how Kendrick took it. But Kendrick kind of shot the same kind of shot when he did Control, right? Because he
mhm.
was saying that he named like 7, 8 rappers. Everybody was great. Y'all pardon the thunder outside is loud, but yeah, he named all these great rappers and then said, "But I'm about to murder you all." And he didn't mean literally; he meant figuratively with regards to rapping. So you
Absolutely.
know,
And that
you
was
know,
big because again, it shook the game up again. Like it brought us back to a point where we were able to start to hear things and see things a little bit differently than what it's been in before. Right, like we were able to see things and see things a little bit differently than what it's been before, and it brought back the competitive hip hop.
I
Okay,
can't.
I was saying it brought back the competitive hip hop vibe. Like now,
Mhm.
everybody kind of can go back to just feeling like, okay, no, I'm the best, I'm the best, and you go out there, you try to defend it, you try to rap like it as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? I think, but to that statement, I think we also got to say to Drake too, because one, like we all say, like he's one of the biggest artists. Some people will say, he feels like he draws in the most money out of most of the rap artists, things of that nature. Like
He does.
he's like a
No,
major
he has
star.
more hits. Yeah, he got more
Right.
hits than everything.
He's on Billboard a lot, you know what I'm saying? A lot as well. And that's the thing too, like he mentions in his songs, like, oh, people didn't make it to Billboard until I got on that track and this and that. And so I think that's a good part of seeing like how he's been able to preserve his career, how he's been able to, you know what I'm saying, move forward. And as far as and I think another thing that he does really well is also work with artists that's up and coming to allow himself to stay, you know what I'm saying, on the charts, finding new sounds because he's been in the game for almost 10, 15 years of just, you know what I'm saying, doing it and staying at a high level of doing it. So
Yeah,
um, yeah, that's
yeah,
something
being
that
yeah. So that's the thing. So it started when Cole said that, and then the other part about it is, people don't really like Drake. Like they might find him to be alright, he cool, whatever. Maybe he's a genuine dude, but they don't really like him. Especially when he had that beef with Meek Mills, and Meek Mills exposed the fact that he ghostwrites, right? Because rappers are creative, even though a lot of people get ghostwriters. You know what I'm saying? Like, but to be at the top. like he is, and to have ghostwriters on a whole bunch of his songs, you know, the older school people typically don't respect that, whereas the newer school may not necessarily have an issue with that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And not for nothing, some of your favorite rappers have had ghostwriters, and some of your favorite rappers are ghostwriters. You see what I'm saying? So, we want to keep that in mind as a balance. But, when you're talking about when you're talking about J. Cole now, right? I know for me, when I heard Kendrick on, so the first song that came out, we're not even gonna include Control, right? Talking about how the beef is going right now currently. The first song that came out was Kendrick on Like That with Metro Boomin. And this is one of the first times you ever hear them bringing a producer into the beef, right? Like that's crazy. Um, I think they mentioned one of Drake's producers before because he's sick. But other than oh no, Drake did. Drake brought him up. No, I think Pusha T might have brought him up before. But either way, right now, Kendrick went nuts on Like That. And it was no subs. There were absolutely no subs. He was very live and direct. There was not no questions about who he was talking to or talking about. And J. Cole responded first. It took 3 weeks for Drake to respond. In the world of instant gratification, that's a long time. You know what I'm saying? But it took J. Cole like a week and a half. Plus he dropped the album. So his album was already probably about to come out. He probably figured this is a good time to push it up a little bit. Let's go ahead and drop that thing. And he dropped 7 Minute Drill. And he gave, in my opinion, he definitely gave Kendrick a run for his money. I hadn't even gotten a chance to select the winner. And J. Cole
Mm.
went and did the thing you do not do. All is fair in love and war, right? Right?
It is.
But what you don't do is apologize. You don't apologize
See,
for a rap battle.
see, this is where again I get it. This is rap. This is rap, and in the purest of the game and how things have been, I get it. I get it. I get it. I also feel like it was crazy the fact that he did it right after he threw his out. Like, all right, I dropped my song and now I'm straight to
Right.
that. Because that
What are you
really made people
doing?
get mad too, though. Like, oh, you want to get your lick and then quit. Whoa, you know what I'm saying? That
Right.
made me even a little bit more mad when you do it. Like, it's one thing if you whatever, you want to quit after that, but you quit before, you know what I'm saying? You do something, but you took it there. And he gave you part of a verse. You gave him almost a whole song. You know what I'm saying? So to him to
You made
just
it a
let
hot
it
line. You
slide,
made it a hot song.
you feel me? You feel me? So for him to let it slide like that is just, And
and
so,
then, and then,
I
and then,
don't think he's gonna do that.
here's the
But I think
thing.
it's definitely
With
tough to see what's going on with Kendrick. I'm sorry, I just said this. I think it's definitely tough to see what's going on with Cole's whole like camp right now. A lot of people are just saying like, as great as an artist he is, it's just tough for him because of so many times he's kind of like made this argument of like wanting to be the one, being the best, and like now is your time where you get a chance to kind of test that up against each other, and it's like you don't like the format in which it's being done on, or the way it is being done, right? You want us to do it in some subjective viewpoint of listening to y'all music and arguing it. And they said,
right,
no, let's talk about each other. Let's go back to
right. That's
the
not hip
middle
hop.
school, you know what I'm saying, lunchroom. Let's go to the recess outside and just play snaps and go at it. And he just saying like, no, I'm straight. And that's the part where, again, when you talk about being the greatest of the artists, you want to encompass all parts of the game. I think Cole talked about also becoming a producer once and making music and beats and just really being a purist for the music. But I feel like that's cool. But again, like you said, when it comes to this hip hop stuff, beef, having an element of beef and doing that is there. Not to mention, you kind of had some moments where you beefed with other artists, you know what I'm saying? The poet
Oh, that was
lady,
Kanye for sure.
No Name, and you know what I'm saying, Lil Pump. People felt like you said their names or whatnot, even though it wasn't really lyrically like that. but
He
I
made a
just
whole song about Kanye though.
what's that? Who J Cole? Oh no, I don't even
Yes,
remember
you
that one.
have. You heard it. He pretty much said Kanye let him down. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh no, that's the Nas. Yeah, like
No,
he
no.
let
He
Nas
said,
down.
"I'm sorry, I let Nas down," but he did a whole song about Kanye.
Oh, word. Well, hey, that one I
Mhm.
missed that one. But even
Yeah,
then,
so
and it was
I'll send
crazy
it to
too.
you. I got you.
You got to mention that Ye also had a little, you know, what I'm saying with them at one point
Yeah,
in
but
time.
hold on. Let me make a point. Let me make a quick little point about J. Cole's apology. You can't say that you like Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is a boxer, one of the greatest boxers that ever lived. You've never, if not the greatest boxer that ever lived, but you've never, ever heard Muhammad Ali talk his stuff, beat somebody up, and then say, "My bad. I still got love for you, my brother." I
And
mean,
that's the
I'll
part
get
too
back
where it's
in.
just like,
I'll
can
get
he
back in
not
this
get to
ring if
his
I need
cheat?
to.
Can he not get to his higher level of yes, I use rap to get to my money, but have gotten to a place of evolution where now I am just I don't want to have to tear down another black man in order to get
Cool.
my
Then
respect.
then don't. But you getting up there talking about I'm sorry, my brother. What are you doing? This is a competition. Like if we racing, right? If you and I are racing and I win, I'm not apologizing to you for beating you. Like
See,
that
that's
doesn't
your
make any
problem
sense.
because you gotta have the heart to say, you know what? It's like a parent used to say, I don't want to do this to you. I
No.
don't. It's gonna hurt me
Yeah, but
more
that's
than it
not an
hurts you.
apology. That's not an apology.
And they still do it though. You know what I'm
That's not an
saying?
apology though. Saying
That's not
I
an
hate to do
apology.
this to you because I love you because you my brother. That's one thing. But my bad is something completely different. You know, like
Mm.
I was so thrown off by the apology. It really just kind of threw me for a loop. I don't understand where it came from. And then the thing about Rick Ross, so we're gonna go in order. So it started off with like that. Then J. Cole came back with 7 Minute Drill, right? Then Drake finally came back with push ups. Push ups is more lyrical, but it's not really Drake's style. And so to me, it didn't make it didn't hit as hard for me. Like he definitely did his research. He definitely said some stuff, but it wasn't like you ever watch a
You
fight?
see, I don't know. I thought he hit really well. I felt like it
No,
was
this is what I'm
he
saying. You
was
ever
punching
watch
in
a
that
fight?
bad boy, just coming at it like he was in
No,
a
this is
street
what I'm
brawl.
saying.
Ta 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 ta.
You ever watch a fight where somebody gets hit a whole bunch of times, but there's never
A
like
knockout.
oh, he almost knocked him out. That's what
Mhm.
that was like for me. Like you might have won that round because you hit him a bunch of times, but I don't even know if you really won. I really gotta go back and listen to each song and break each song down. But I mean, he did
See,
his
and that's
thing.
the thing about him, right? He had so much he had to do and say. So for him to address everybody, it's
He
like,
did,
okay, look, I'm letting
but
y'all know I'm chilling, but I do got, like he said, I'm hitting y'all with
I
some
hear
more
that. But
light work.
why you mention all these other people though? Like right now,
Because
the
all of
focus
y'all
is
can get
you.
it. All of y'all
Oh,
can get it. All of y'all can get
there's
it.
so many people that other people that have had something to say about Drake that he didn't address. There's
Well,
so
yeah,
many
right.
people.
This ain't about them right now. This ain't about
Right. You see
them.
what I'm
This
saying?
ain't
Like, why are
about
you bringing all
them.
these people
This
in
ain't
it?
about them. This ain't
Man,
about them. But if they want to jump in too, if they want to jump into, I'm sure his energy is. If they want to jump
well,
into,
see, you
hey,
don't
the
go
more the
poking a
merrier.
bear and expect a bear to just sit there and let you poke it. That's what happened with Rick Ross, right? So push-ups. After push-ups, then Rick Ross song came out. It's called Champagne something. I forgot what it's called.
Moments,
But
champagne moments.
yeah, Champagne Moments. Now, Rick Ross, mother keeps calling me. Rick Ross is low key a battle rapper. Regardless if he does his fly thing, flossy thing. He had that one line in that one song, and you didn't even know it. That was not a good line. I'd lost a lot of respect for him when he did that. But I will say, when you look at his beef with 50, He made a whole song, no hook, just bars, no bridge, no, just bars. Coming at 50, coming at 50. You see what I'm saying? And 50 is raps bully, aka raps troll. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely hip hop's troll, hip hop's bully. And so, you know,
And to
you
see
can't.
how 50 did Ja when he went on Ja so hard,
He low key
it's
admits
only
to
been a couple niggas that like have gone against 50 and still been able to have like a little second. Like
I'm
and
here just
one
give me
of
one
them is
second.
right now.
I'm here, just go ahead.
Oh, I was saying one of them right now is facing some troubles, and 50 is on his head. You know what I'm saying? And the other one, you know what I'm saying, was Rick Ross, and we see like Ross, like, listen, I don't care. Life is good. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what
Right.
nobody talking about. Hey, we all doing what we do. That's great, but you ain't gonna play me like I'm a little dog. And you know what I'm saying? All is well. I think that's how we kind of see how Ross is playing into a little bit and just playing up on it. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a song that's charting. You know what I mean? You could probably try to go ahead and get you some shows and make a couple dollars off it. Life is good. You feel what I'm saying? Like, sure. So I think that's a good little look for him as well. Um,
Yeah. And so when more's gonna be revealed, we're gonna see how all of this thing plays out. But he did address Drake did address the fact that J. Cole apologized and was like, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. And
he said,
I
all
just
the smoke.
feel like why I don't know why he
Oh,
did
yeah,
that.
he said he ain't letting up yet.
Yeah. The apology was crazy to me. I just don't. It doesn't make
Yeah,
regular sense.
I do. A lot of people are saying that's tough, man. That
And
wow.
a lot of other people, a
I
lot
feel
of
like
other
it's
people.
like almost my bad. Yeah, I was just gonna say I feel like it's kind of like he just at a point where again he already said he want to put the music thing down anyhow, but it's like all right if I gotta get in the booth, I'm gonna just try to be the best that I can be every time that I can. But he already feel like he kind of passed it, don't really want to be a part of it anyhow. So he's saying he
They
gonna
don't
put it down
respond.
anyway. Yeah, I know, but it's just a little bit like
See,
that
now
was a
listen.
crazy moment. That was a crazy moment because
If you
everybody was
trying to
waiting.
be Jesus, if you trying to be rap Jesus, then you turn
Um,
the other. You know what I'm saying? Don't
right.
respond. You know, at the end of the day, that's how you gotta move. If you don't, if you like, and if you want to apologize to him and have that conversation, pick up the phone. Don't do that. You just made yourself look crazy in front of everybody. See what I'm saying? And if you want to apologize later, wait for things to settle
I
down.
mean, then again, too, they say you an apology need to be as loud as the disrespect. You know what I'm
You
saying?
do it later though, because think about it. With Jay Z and Nas, right? They had their beef, and sorry, Nas blamed him with Ether. Like Nas ended that battle, but you know, other people would say otherwise. But at the end of the day, now here it's been they're removed from the situation, and honestly, they both kind of regret ever having that beef. They're cool now. Like, of course, I think they probably still have their competitive ways about them, but you know, they don't. Nas has said he regrets making Ether, even though Ether was a classic. You see what I'm saying? Like, if Nas ain't known for nothing else, he's gonna be known for Ether. But he regrets doing it because he tore down his brother. And so I get the whole, you know, thought process behind it as far as J. Cole is concerned, but you gotta handle it differently. Like that's not it. That's not how what
Is
we
it
do.
also too because it happened so quick, or just period? You just because a lot of people like be like, oh yeah, that beef that at that point in time that was silly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I probably shouldn't have did that. Like you said, at that point, okay, they apologized. Maybe you know what I'm saying for saying that the situation was something that they probably let go out of hand. Not necessarily saying that they're sorry for doing what they did, but just saying how they could have handled the situation better. Okay, I can see if you say you felt like that. You know what I'm saying? And you could have said that. Hey, I said he had to come and drop the song. I should have probably picked up the phone, holla at bro, see what's what, whatever the case may be. But Yeah, no, I think it was right on time, but I definitely think that it sucks though, and I know we're all gonna be waiting to see what Cole has to talk about after. Well, not all waiting, but I still think that it'd be interesting to see, what people want to hear what Cole has to say after this.
Yeah, I don't think he ruined his reputation, but definitely people looking at him like, "You alright? Like, why did you do that?" Like, that was weird. Like, because he has done so much to build himself up. I don't think the apology took him down a notch, but it definitely got
Uh,
people like people are more inclined to come for him now, though.
Absolutely.
They're more inclined because it's a competitive sport. Like, you are a competitor. You're not. That's not what we do around here, you know. So
Mhm.
Ebony said, I heard you apologize because that's not his character. That's cool, but then just don't get involved. Like
Or
Biggie,
like
when
I said,
Biggie
you
and
can't
Pac,
rap. You can't rap to say you the best and you wish niggas would play with. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, whatever. Or
you
don't
don't
talk
have
that.
to get
You
involved
just
though,
gotta
because
just chill. Because if you gonna
think
say you the
about it
best,
for a
you
second.
gotta rap.
Nah, because think about it for a second. On in the Biggie and Tupac beef, right? Biggie never really responded to Pac like that. Like, you got one line out of Biggie, and that was like, if Faith had kid twins, she probably have two Pacs. Get it? Two Pacs. People try to make the argument that Who Shot Ya was about Pac, but that song was out way before Pac got shot. So as it relates to that, Biggie was like, "That's not even who I am. I'm not even about to do that." But Pac still did hit him up, right? Because that's who Pac was. But if Biggie wasn't really into it, that was his thing. He was like, "We're not even about to do all that. That was my people. I'm rising above it. If he want to come at me, let him come." You see what I'm saying? And he was willing to take that, but it wasn't like they wasn't supposed to die over it. You know what I mean? That right there was the extremist of the extreme. But yeah, like he didn't. Cole didn't have to respond. He could have just left it alone. Like, yeah, people would have had something to say, and I'm pretty sure he probably felt pressure. Like, what are you doing? We waiting. We have been waiting for a Cole Kendrick something, whether it be a collab or a battle. We've been waiting for something. You guys to hear it. What's up? What we doing? You know what I'm saying? And for him to he can't 7 minute drill hit like it definitely hit, but then to come back literally a week later, like, yeah, my bad, bro, you didn't even let it breathe. Like Drake didn't even drop his response yet, and but that was the other thing I was gonna say. So many people have gotten involved. Like, it's not even just Rick Ross. Like, I've heard ASAP Rocky has gotten involved, which I have honest to God been waiting for that. I've been waiting to see what happens with that because with ASAP Rocky with Rihanna, it's over Rihanna. Like, um, they're together now. We all know that Drake was with
I forgot
Rihanna and
about this too. They said the weekend was in on it as well,
yep.
allegedly.
It was there, bro. The weekend got on stage with Drake and was like, I love you, you my man. And then Drake dropped it and threw him in the mix. It was like that was kind of foul. Like he just said that we was cool like a week before you dropped that thing. That's kind of crazy to me, you know. He threw so many people in the mix, and I get where Drake is coming from because everybody's always talking about him. But bro, you got more hits than anybody. Heavy's ahead. They're gonna come for whoever's at the top. Even if you not the greatest lyricist, if you're still at the top, they're coming. Like, you gotta expect it. You know what I mean? And I think that that's the thing. And Drake is so sensitive, like because he's so sensitive, like everything bothers him. Like, you gotta just let that stuff roll right off of you. This is the
No, ain't rolling. Ain't nothing rolling nowhere.
bro.
I think that's the thing though. He not really like, yeah, the things he might be getting upset in and maybe the way he handled it could probably look to be like, why you moving kind of whatever. But on the same time, he's still with the stuff. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's just like that's what makes it so interesting to see because it's like,
Yeah,
all right, you could be like, oh, he acting sensitive, but he ain't like being like sensitive, running and crying. He's sensitive and he throwing these shots. You know what I'm saying? So I think
He
that
be
is
running and
essential.
crying. He be low key kind of crying in the interviews. Like, I don't understand why they did that to me. Why they said this.
Well,
Like,
yeah. I get that part, but I'm just saying. But like, it ain't like he like saying, "Oh, I'm sorry," or "I don't want to smoke," or he running from. You know what
true,
I'm saying?
true,
Responding,
very
he
true.
coming back and he doing what he gotta do. You know, he do his little troll thing. He dropped the text message that he allegedly sent to his mom and them or whatnot. Like, got the videos. Like, so I think you get in entertainment. You know what I'm saying? From
Absolutely.
memes and da 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 to songs to chats and all types of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, y'all pardon Chino. He might start barking. It's thunder and lightning outside, and he will bark at the thunder. He just barked at the thunder. So, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up for now. But more will be revealed. Oh, before we do that, Rick Ross is trolling. He's trolling. Because he's getting on
absolutely,
Instagram live every day, going in about it. Like, he's been very, very clear about why he's not fooling with Drake. Yeah.
absolutely.
He's been very, very, very clear about it. Because Drake did sent a cease and desist to French Montana. You know what I'm saying? And so he's not feeling that. Oh, and also today he went out and he talked about how baby had a foreclosed his home was foreclosed on. And he's like, if that's your man, how you let his house get foreclosed on for $5 million? You got all that money, you're almost a billionaire, and you let your guys, like, without baby. Yeah, people gotta remember how iconic Baby is. Like, you don't gotta like him, right? You ain't gotta think he's the greatest rapper or any of that. You don't gotta be a fan, but he is very instrumental in the career of many people. Like, Baby is one of the founders of Cash Money Records, right? Without Baby, you don't really have Juvenile and Lil Wayne, and you know what I'm saying. Any of them, and
BG, Turd,
BG, right? You don't have them. It was him and Manny Fresh. So you don't have them. If you don't have Lil Wayne, you don't have Drake. You don't have Nicki Minaj. You don't have Tyga even. You don't, I mean, you might
Currency.
still have them, right? But their career probably takes a completely different turns in a whole different way. And so I think that people have to remember, like, that dude is very instrumental, and I don't think his house getting foreclosed on should have ever happened, because how you
So I'm
decide.
saying, listen, what you want us to do? We artists, da da da. You in your business, you get your business, you get your cuts and your splits. What you want us to do?
Right, but I mean that meant without him, I don't know.
But I hear what you're saying, though. I do hear what you're saying. Maybe the
I
motherfuckers could
couldn't.
have all came and pitched
Even
together
if
and did something.
if he mismanaged that money, I mean, it's not their responsibility to take care of him. And even if he mismanaged his money, that man fell on hard times, right? And he was taking care of everybody at one point. And so it's like, how you go from taking care of everybody to just folks kind of just leaving you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think it's rough, but
Yeah,
I do believe that there's more to the story. I definitely believe that there's more to
absolutely.
the story. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be real
Always
interesting.
is with that music, especially when it
Yeah,
comes to people getting their money for the records and all of that. We
mhm,
see Wayne even had to sue allegedly, but yeah,
right.
but yeah. You want to go ahead and jump us in into I talk about the book of the month this month, which is a book called 48 Laws of Hustling by Ricky St. Julian. And that's a book that just kind of gives some of the basic laws and fundamentals to starting a business and being an entrepreneur, some of the intangible things that apply, whether, like you say, in any game that you may be playing.
Mhm,
And so that was a book, The 48 Laws of Hustling by Ricky St. Julian. And
mhm.
our Black business of the month this month is Busy Bee Calf. If you guys are ever in a Metro Atlanta area, you guys can go check out Busy Bee Calf, pardon me. And they'll have something for you guys to check out.
Great
And
soul food. Absolutely. And so the motivational minute, I picked a quote that's about competition. And Andrew Carnegie said that, and while the law of competition may be sometimes hard for the individual, it's best for the race because it ensures the survival of the fittest in every department. And so I think, let me break that down a little bit. Let's look at, when I looked at it and I compared it to what we're talking about today, think about rap as an institution, as a department, right? And even though it can be difficult for, because people, somebody's going to lose in a competition and somebody's going to win. And regardless if you win or lose, sometimes it's hard to get to whichever spot. You fight hard and it takes a lot out of you, but you work and you put in that effort, right? And especially if you don't win, it's even harder because you know how much you work you put in, and you may not have necessarily accomplished the goal that was that you were trying to obtain, but that doesn't mean you don't work, right? Because even in that work, you still grew that institution. You still brought enlightenment to that institution. You still allowed, um, you still made a space for yourself in that institution, and you knew that you put in the work to get to where it is that you are. Because, like I said, it's a survival of the fittest. And if you don't win, that doesn't necessarily mean you're not the fittest, but it doesn't mean that, it just means you didn't win that battle. Because when you think about life, we come across battles every single day and we don't win them all. But that doesn't mean we stop fighting because life, just because life is hard. So keep fighting. That's the bottom line. Even when it's hard, keep fighting, keep pushing through because eventually you're going to get what you need. It may not be in this battle, it may not even be in the next one, but eventually it's going to happen. So just make sure you keep pushing through and you keep fighting. Even if
Absolutely.
it's you versus everybody. You see what I'm saying? Just keep going. So, with
Absolutely.
that, we want to just thank each and every one of y'all for tapping in with us right here on Tag That, right here on Instagram, and right here on YouTube. We absolutely appreciate you. Please make sure you tap in with us every Wednesday for our Counterpoise podcast, our What's Up Wednesday segment. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and all of that. We love and appreciate your continued support, and anybody that's new, welcome. We absolutely love y'all. If ever you have a topic that you want to hear us talk about, make sure you hit us up. Let us know, and we're more than happy to talk about it. If you ever want to be on the show, make sure you hit us up. Let us know because we like to have company. And also, too, if ever you want to just participate, we're on different platforms, but two of the three at least, we can go ahead and have you pop up and get in the comments, or what I'm saying, get in a box or whatever. You see what I'm saying? And we'll be more than happy to have you come through and put your input in on whatever it is that we're talking about anytime we have the show. So if you want to follow me, you can follow me at Samantha Renee 77 underscore ESQ, or at Samantha ESQ underscore Counterboys. Malik is not here, but if you want to follow him, you can follow him at Malik and Foster on all social media handles, and Malik underscore Counterboys. And then that leaves it to you to close us out, Ethan.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for coming in. You guys can catch me at CP underscore EV, and or you can find us at Counterports Podcast. Again, you can catch us live on YouTube. So thank everybody for that. And I also just wanted to real quickly add something on to that comment that you made of the speech by Andrew Carnegie. In particular, like when he talked about how it would ensure the survival of the fittest in every department. And I think that when we talk about being like the greatest artist, and which is part of being in this beef category, because I think when we talk about being the greatest rapper, and that's what some of the debate of the big three was been about, we want to see like how everyone handles all elements of hip hop, right? Like, so you got lyrics, you got, you know what I'm saying, song like hits, you know what I'm saying. You have, like you said, charts. You might even have like to some people that look at, you know what I'm saying, different factors of how much success you receive. So there's different ways that people have been judged, but this beef category adds another one to it, and it allows us to say like who really comes out looking like in every element, in every way that they can be tested against, they produce at a high level. So the point that we can say that this is the person undoubtedly, you know what I mean, and I think that's what we see artists fighting for right now.
Yeah. And then if you want to go ahead and hit him up, your socials, E.
Oh yeah, CP underscore EV, and then again, you guys can catch us at Counterpoints Podcast. You can catch me at that guy 2104 as well. So thanks.
All right, everybody. Thank you again for tapping in with us. We will see y'all next week.
Peace.